The JERD Nation Podcast.
Welcome into TGTV, everybody. Tonight we're going to talk about the NFL Conference Championships, where we have the Bills and the Chiefs and the Bucks and the Packers. We're going to give our predictions on who's going to win the games and why, and then we're going to back up and talk a little bit about some of the more controversial parts of the divisional round. So we're going to start off with the Bucks and the Packers. Cody, what do you think about that game?
I've been picking the Bucks, man, like just because of Brady, and it's been working. So like the Brady fan of me is like, come on, do it, it's working. But I said on our first couple of streams that I had the Packers winning it all this year, so I gotta pick the Packers. I hope I'm wrong. Let me be the kiss of death and let Brady get a number 7. I'll take that.
You know, you may not be that far off. I mean, it is Brady. It is the playoffs. He does bring his A game or GOAT game or whatever you want to call it. He does have that in the playoffs. So you may not be that far off, my friend, but I'm with you. I got to go Green Bay on this one.
It's worth mentioning, though, that the Bucks did beat them 35-10 earlier. But I'd rather figure out.
There's the point I was fixing to make.
Go ahead. Yeah, make it.
Yeah, I mean, you look at Tom Brady handed Aaron Rodgers one of the worst losses, really, of his entire career this year. I think, and I'm got kind of a little bit of a hot take on it, I think the Bucs are going to pull it out. I think I don't think Green Bay's defense is going to be able to stop the Bucs. I think that their defense is going to get exposed. I felt like that their defense has been kind of on and off all year, and I feel like I think Tampa Bay's defense is going to give us something we haven't seen all year from Tampa Bay's defense. I think they're going to show up and play a complete game, and I think they're hungry, and I think it's going to show. So I've got the Bucs. I got the Bucs winning by 10. The other NFL Conference Championship game, we've got the Bills and the Chiefs. Mark, who's winning?
Oh, boy. I picked the Chiefs last week, and I was right, and I thought my kiss of death scenario would help my Browns get to the AFC Championship game, which it didn't, which they came so close. I can't knock the Browns for not bringing in their A game. They had a couple shoulda, coulda, woulda plays. The dirty hit on Higgins when he went to the end zone, and he fumbled, and it went through the end zone, back of the end zone, and they called it a touchback. And come to find out, that's an actual rule. It's stated in the NFL rulebook that if you fumble at the goal line, it cannot be reviewable.
I think that's a stupid rule, personally. Which begs the question everyone would ask, okay, if it's stupid, what would you do to change it? So I was sitting here and I was thinking about it, and I was thinking you could go XFL style. Me personally, what I would do is give the ball back at the line of scrimmage wherever it was at, and then take it down away. So rather than giving them the ball and it being first and goal, you do second and goal or third and goal. So wherever you were at. So if it happened on second down, then you would get the ball back on third down and you'd be forced to score. If it happened on third down, you can do a repeat of a third down rather than doing fourth down and having to go for it. What do you guys think? Would you guys change the rule at all? Or?
Absolutely.
I think the rule 100% should not change. And
that's
here's
the defense
why.
Coach and you talking.
No, here's why. It's actually from the offensive side. When it comes to that particular rule, I agree with Bill Belichick. Because Bill Belichick tells his guys, he tells them, if you're going for it and you're inside the 5, don't stretch your arms. Don't stretch it. So the thing is I blame the coaching on that, because you have coaches that specifically coach, don't do it. And that's the way it should be coached from top to bottom, from every team in the league. If he would have just dialed it down and took his hit and not reached for it, that game completely changes. So with that particular rule, it's a odd rule, and it's for exactly that exactly what happened.
I think the bigger thing here, and we can discuss this, what you guys think. I think more, if you're not going to change that rule, which I can see where you're coming from, and I mean, I'm a Pats fan, so that's the first thing I said as soon as I saw them stretch out. I was like, don't do that, because the Patriots fan in me just hears Bill Belichick yelling, what the fuck are you doing? But what I would say is I absolutely hate that. Is it at the 2-minute mark? Anything after the 2-minute mark, nothing is reviewable no matter what. I think that's horseshit. I think if anything, it should be more reviewed, because you're affecting the safety of players, especially with what happened. And for a league that seems to be preaching about wanting to take care of their players, why would you not review that? Even if it's not I don't see how you look at that hit and not go, that's like, we need to do something about that. I think that not being able to review or challenge at all after the 2-minute mark is stupid, because that's when a lot of the craziest stuff happens.
Well, I think the rule is it has to be a booth review under 2 minutes. It has to come from the upstairs booth. And
yeah,
I'm with you on that. Why was not the booth not looking at that and seeing that and buzzing down to the refs? Hey, we got to review this, because it like Sam said, it completely changed the whole outcome of the game.
Well, but you got to remember too, like, I mean, the reason that because that scenario, I mean, it does happen obviously, but that helmet to helmet, and that's part of it. You know, the helmet to helmet is what caused the fumble. However, if he had been stretched out, then, because it's all speculative, like this led to that, and this led to that, and this led to that. So that's why they don't even review it, because the only thing they could ever do is come back and leave it the way it was ruled on the field. They could never overrule it, because you'd never have enough evidence to overrule it.
Right.
The one thing that should have been reviewable was the helmet to helmet. But then again, the reason you don't review it in that situation is because this led to that, and this led to that, and this led to that, which means you're giving prudence to the helmet to helmet creating the fumble, which is you just can't review it. I mean, like I said, the only thing that you can do as a coach is tell your guys, don't do it.
The fumble was a reflection of the team. Like, that was Higgins messing up on his own. You know, it comes down to coaching, like you mentioned. My problem was with the helmet to helmet, nothing being done, and then the Chiefs going on Twitter and like blatantly bragging about it.
Yeah.
Well, and I think that probably has more to do with the shot that Mahomes took. Because, I mean, the jury's still out on whether he's going to get to play or not.
Yeah.
He's going to play for sure. He's for sure playing.
Yeah, I mean, you know, with concussion protocol and where he did officially go into concussion protocol, you really never know. I mean, who the hell would have thought the Chiefs would win a game on Henne's legs?
Yeah. Ugh. Chad freaking Henne comes in and saves the game, and I didn't see that one happening either. I thought for sure Cleveland would go down and get another touchdown and go on and win 24-22.
Cleveland lost because of the poor coaching.
I agree, totally.
Which is weird because Mark and I had a discussion about how Stefanski's the guy, but I just think maybe it was an age thing, a rookie mistake on his end, like first year coaching the Browns to not, you know, to coach the game away, basically.
Yeah.
The Chiefs won because of coaching on the Browns part, which is what we were talking about the last video, is that somehow, some way, every time the Chiefs win, it's usually because of what the other team does wrong.
Right.
Which is the name of the game. I mean, you got to capitalize on mistakes. So
right.
Well, I felt like they're especially, and I'll say this, and then you make your prediction. But I felt like Cleveland's defense. You know, I didn't get to watch much of that game, but I got to watch enough of it to see that their defense was playing so tight that in the last minutes of that game, Henne running and then them going for it on fourth down, I understood why Andy Reid did that, because their defense was playing so tight that all you had to do was get on the perimeter and you were fine. You know, Chad Henne on 3rd and 14 should never be able to run for 14 yards. Never.
Yeah. No.
All right, make your prediction.
I'm going to go Kansas City over Buffalo. I mean, it all depends on if Mahomes plays. If Patrick Mahomes plays, I'm going to go Kansas City. Mahomes is the one to watch in this if he plays. And I know Cody's rolling his eyes there, saying there's no way he doesn't play. But I just was watching NFL Network earlier today, and they said something to the fact that he's not cleared to practice all the way up until Wednesday. So I don't know. We'll see.
Cody, Bills, Chiefs. Who you like?
First and foremost, I would like to say I hope whoever wins the AFC loses the Super Bowl. If it wasn't going to be the Browns, I don't like the Bills. They're in my division. I despise the Chiefs because everyone's trying to say they're the new dynasty and they're the new New England. So I say Bills. They're not. They won't be. I say Bills. I say the Bills by 7. I think it'll be a 1-touchdown game. And then I think we get Packers-Bills in the Super Bowl. Which I think it'd be funny, though. I'm not going to lie. I do think it'd be funny if the Bucs won and they played the Bills because the Bills were so sick of Tom Brady. And if you had to play him in the Super Bowl, it would be pretty cool.
Well, and that leads me to my prediction, which is I think the Bills are going to win by 10 points. I think they're going to do to Kansas City exactly what they did to the Ravens. They're going to shut Patrick Mahomes down if he plays. They ain't going to let him run. They're going to make him use his arm. They've got the defense to cover the back end. Josh Allen played pretty daggone good against Baltimore. I like the Bills a lot. They look really tough. I think you're going to have a Buccaneers-Bills Super Bowl.